Setting up my tripod today. Sorry, it's a little tilted. Yesterday, and the day before, I made 2 videos and I showed you how to do the hook up wireless original 2600 controllers on a 2600, and I'll do a separate 7800 video sometime. It's pretty much the same thing. You know, hook up a Seagull first, then the retrobit receiver. I have a second floating around. I have to find where it is. I don't know. I think I stuffed it in one of my boxes, storage boxes, but for now this is good enough just to show you. So this works with the I don't know if the retrobit receiver plugs directly into the back of my master plate cologne, but you know, with the Seagull it works, and that's good enough for now. And I only have one master plate cologne anyway. Master plate was a device to use 9-pin Atari joysticks on 5200 for digital, like Pac-Man and digital games. They're long gone, and they, on eBay, whenever they do pop up, they command like 200-300 plus. But a little while ago, an Atari Age guy named Low_Budget made some clones, and I think some other members did too. I think one was called Atari Guy 21 or something like that. But I have this early low-budget version. It works pretty good with keypad and lets me use 9-pin controllers. Or I have an adapter and I can use 9-pin to PlayStation, and I can use PlayStation with the analog thumbsticks. Only the left works, but who cares? That's good enough for now. But anyway, I'm getting I also had a video a long time ago how I used a wireless NES controller with some Camerica adapters, and that was pretty cool too, plugging into the back of the master plate clone. But this is so much cooler. Not to start a fight or anything, but somebody on Atari Age also made a master plate clone from parts that somebody else was selling, and then he wired up his own dog bone to go in the back of there. It looks like a NES dog bone, but it is a 9-pin connector on the other end to plug in his master plate clone. But if that breaks, then what do you do? You're out of luck, and you have to wire up another one. This way you don't have to, and you can use any controller, and if it breaks you can just buy another one. This is so cool. I'm going to show you how this works today. So I've got a master plate plugged into the Atari. Alcon.com or Alcom.com, whatever it's called. They sell on eBay. I know their website, but eBay is cheaper. They have a 2.5 feet wire adapter that male-female DB15 pin. It plugs into the Atari and then into the master plate, which, you know, so you don't have to hook that up directly to the, plus you can't because it's like the way the connection is. You know, it's too stiff and it'll bend the pins down, so, or with a couple of gender changers, but that's also, then you have to stuff a cartridge underneath to keep it upright so it doesn't bend the pins, and it's so much easier. Just got this little wire off of eBay, and it's so much easier. It's just a little loose, not a tight fit, but who cares? Just have to take out the screws on this side, then it fits. Alright. So pole position doesn't work. I got a Hyperkin Ranger. Doesn't work for some reason, don't know why, but none of the buttons make the car go, it only goes left and right. But at least Pac-Man works, and I'm going to show you. Pretty cool. So I plugged in my master plate clone with a keypad. Okay. Then I plug in my Seagull 78 adapter. I ordered a second one just from the Atari Age store, just because one, shipping was cheaper there instead of the Aladdin store. A few bucks, but it all adds up. And 2, just so I can test 2-player. I mean, 5200 won't work. I need 2 master plays, and I don't have that. 2 clones, but 26, 7800, and all of them only have 2 ports. And so that's all I need, and for that purpose I can test it out. So anyway, so I plugged in a Seagull, into the Seagull 8-bit dual retro-bit receiver, which is 9-pin. Plug that in, starts blinking. And then also from 8-bit dual I bought a gbros adapter, which is supposed to be for a Nintendo Switch. I don't have a Switch, but who cares, it works all the same. I found a video on YouTube, he was pairing it with he put a classic receiver on one side and with his AVS system, Nintendo clone AVS system, 8-bit system. He plugged in the receiver on the other side, NES receiver, and got them talking to each other. So, and this would probably pair directly with that. There was no need for the classic. But it proved that this is not just for Switch, and this works other systems also. So, first you press the red button. I tried the green, it doesn't work. Has to be in Switch mode. I didn't try the X, but that's what everybody says, but at least it works. So then this is blinking, and that's blinking. So you press the yellow button. Oh, you have to press this blue button at the bottom here too. You press them for a couple of seconds. And it was working earlier. Let's turn it off and try it again. Turn on the Atari. These are blinking. And then it has memory, I don't know why. It just works automatically sometimes. But if you leave it off for too long, it doesn't work, so. There, now it's synced up. Sometimes it doesn't work. You just have to turn it off and on and try it again. Maybe this all has to be connected first, and then you sync it. If you take it out, just like I did to show you, and put it back in, it doesn't work. It might be hard to see, but as you can tell, they're both solid. And it's working. A little expensive. Seagull's $25. I got 2 retro-bit receivers from Amazon for $20. Normally $20 a piece, but I got 2 for $20. Because I had a refund and they gave me a gift card. So, 20 plus the master plays a separate deal, but 25 plus even 20 for one. So, 45. I think it was 20 for this. So 65 and 30 for this. So it adds up, but not a bad solution because you don't have to wire the pads directly to the thing. And if it breaks, then you, even though it's expensive, once you got all the adapters, they're working for a lifetime. Just, make sure you take out the batteries so it doesn't corrode when you're not using them. Otherwise, it's okay. So, Raffna Technologies is located in Canada, but with shipping, it wasn't bad. I got this adapter. It goes from GameCube to Genesis or Atari, so I plugged that in here. I thought I was getting one with a Wiimote connector at the back, but I guess I ordered the wrong one. But then I realized it's cool. I can use this on a real GameCube, and I tested it out. It works there too, which is not a bad deal. Anyway, so I plugged that in there. There's 2 connections, one Wiimote and one GameCube style. So I plugged that in there. And then that converts it into Atari, and I can use my original Atari pad. Same thing works on a real 2600. Same thing, except no master play clone. This Seagull goes directly in the back of the 2600, and boom, you're in business. When you sync these 2 up, it just... Anyway, I'm going to press start, just to show you. And there, up, down. Not sure why pole position wasn't working with the fire buttons. Maybe I'll try Jungle Hug just to see if I can swim and climb the vines. But it works. I'm going to reset her. you plug this in. This is Hyperkin's adapter, Hyperkin Wiimote connection to this type of connection to NES. And I have the SNES version too, not bad. So you plug that in. And it works. My NES pad is wireless. Pretty cool. Haha, yes. I'm gonna see. They said you can't use two at the same time. Just gonna see what happens if you do. If it does. So one side works and the other one doesn't. So maybe it's whichever side you plug in first. Let's try that. So that works. Now if I plug in this guy, then he works. And then that deactivates this guy. So it's not a big deal. One at a time, but at least one works. Also, if you don't want to do that, Mayflash company makes an adapter, and that allows you to convert the GameCube into the Wiimote. So that's another option. And you press this button, blue button, 1 and 2 seem to work fine. Make sure you don't have a Wii on, or I'll connect to that. But yeah, this is synced. And now same thing, I plug in my GameCube and GameCube to Atari adapter from RAFnet. Oh, it works. Yeah, so same thing. Except the only problem is that you can't use Mr. Hyperkin because he's this type of connection. And, oh, well then you just don't need this. Yeah. So you take this out and you plug this directly in. Instead of that, you don't have to convert that. And then you just plug it directly in. And there you go, he works. Wow. I'm just going to hook up my pole position just to show you. But I tried with the gbros, it didn't work. But let me see. This one works. See, it goes left and right, but none of the buttons do anything, which is weird. I don't have time to go through all the games, but just to show you. Let's see. Oh, guess that's not working. This works on 2600 for Space Invaders, it works. But I guess it doesn't work on the... Oh, maybe it's just the Ranger. I have two of these guys I'm gonna try out. No, the button doesn't do anything. How about my Space Age? No, it doesn't do anything. Which is weird, but that's alright. Usually works for real 2600. I'm just going to give it one last test with fire. Might not work, but yeah, up, down, left, and right works. So if I unplug her, then I use this guy, because that means you don't have to reset it every time. Turn it off and on. Yeah, it's working just by hot plugging it, taking it out, and so that wouldn't matter for jungle hunt either. So that's really weird that doesn't work, but who cares? At least, you know, at least we're getting the other stuff working, so not bad. I mean, at least we're getting the NES pad works. Well, actually I should test that out, yeah. But at least, yeah, like for digital, like Pac-Man, you can play Pac-Man wirelessly, sit on the sofa, just have the gbros within range of the of the Genesis receiver. Let's see if it works. Interesting idea. Because none of the buttons work, and I don't know if it'll work in pull position, but at least if I can swing vines, that would be awesome. And I'll probably work with the gbros too, but at least if it works here, that's not a bad idea. That's all synced. Turn it on. Yeah, it works. I can swing the vines, at least with one specific, yeah. If I take it out, and plug this back in, yeah, it doesn't swing. And that means I don't have to reset it because it works. And now I take it out, plug her back in. Because if it was hot swapping wasn't allowed, then that'd be a different story, but so yeah. One last try, Mr. Pole Position. Left, right. This button does nothing. And neither does he. That's weird. Pole position doesn't work. Well, jungle hunt, at least I can swing the vines, and that's pretty cool. Probably Frogger too. One final test, missile command. Yeah, it's digital all over the map, but at least it fires. Probably digital with this guy too. Let me see. Let me see if my trooper works with two buttons. Oh, trooper is not firing. Trooper is not firing any buttons. The NES works, that's weird. This works on the real Atari, but not on the 5200. The buttons just are unresponsive. She goes all different directions, but doesn't fire, which is weird. So basically, fire button doesn't work. But on Rio 2600, she works fine. So that's pretty cool. I don't know why it doesn't work on here. But still some nice wireless options, so thanks for watching. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. So at least I showed you some other alternatives today. At least the NES pad works, and not trying to start a fight with anybody or show up anybody, but this is better. You don't have to wire the pad directly into the master play with a 9-pin connection. You can just, you know, you can unplug it and use any controller you want. Or if you have an NES Max or that big one, what was that called? Or NES Advantage or Shinsei Hyper Stick, you can use that. So that's not a bad deal. So you don't have to wire the pad directly and just have to get another NES Hyperkin adapter. It'll probably work on my 7800 too. But at least on 5200 I get a pad working. I mean, pole position doesn't work, that's fine, but at least I can swing the vines in Jungle Hunt, which means I can probably jump over the, I can go to the second level in the water, kill those sharks. I can probably jump over. This is getting a long video, so I don't have time to play the whole thing, but and probably jump the rocks too and finish the game. Because if one fire button works to swing vines, it probably works in the third level to jump the rocks too, and probably for Frogger too it works. So that's pretty good too. Actually, one final test. Yeah, because at least if I can Frogger, that's not bad. Yeah, because if Frogger doesn't work, then that's obviously, that's useless. But fire doesn't work. But if I can get my NES pad to compat me work, that's... So this button does nothing. And there, so that's it. Yeah, so not bad. It works for all the games, only pole position doesn't work for some reason. It works for Frogger, Jungle Hunt, anything with a fire button. Or maybe not with two buttons, like, I don't know if Robotron will work. But any one button fire games, that's not bad. Probably works for Breakout and Galaxian too and all that, but it definitely works, so it's not a bad deal. So pretty interesting setup here. Anyway, this is getting a little long, so we'll just cut it short here. And make another video if I need anything else tested out. Let me know and I'll just make another separate short video for that. Thanks for watching. Alright, make this an even 24 minutes.